In this episode, I'm sharing some of my favorite knitting podcast channels that I think you will love too. Get ready to discover some more knitters to connect with, and if you haven't already, I'd love for you to connect with me too. Hello, my knitting friends. Welcome back. My name is Christy of Christy Archer Designs, and this is my knitting channel. I hope you enjoy this ad-free content that I've prepared for you. If you do, I would love to have you like and subscribe if you haven't already. And since my content is ad-free, if you would like to help support my channel, I have a Ko-Fi link that you can click, and it is super easy to donate as little as $1, and every dollar helps. So if you do make a donation, thank you so much for supporting me, and hopefully you will come back for some more great content. Now, let's get to it. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 20 podcast channels that I watch on a regular basis, and I will be looking at my notes, and I'm going to try to keep this as quick as possible. Everybody will be tagged in my description, so you will be able to just click their tag, go right to their channel, check them out, and hopefully discover somebody new. So I am going to start with a good old favorite of mine. This is probably one of the first podcast channels I ever discovered, and they are still a tried and true for me. As soon as they have a video go live, I watch it. They do have long videos, so sometimes it takes me a couple of sessions to watch it, but they are well worth it, and I love the long podcast format. And I am referring to, if you haven't guessed yet, I am referring to the Grocery Girls. And they are sisters from Canada, and their names are Tracey and Jodi. What I like about them is they have such a fun personality, they have such fun personalities, and they are very thoughtful on being inclusive as much as they can. So they like to showcase patterns that are size inclusive. They have such a great community feel to them. They are very involved in the community. They love to do giveaways. They are just great human beings. Okay, so that is the Grocery Girls, and the next one, and I do not have these in any specific order. I literally was just grabbing from my subscriptions list and writing them down. So my next one is We Grow Wild, and that is Martina. And she is such a unique person. She and her husband, I think it is, I'm not sure if they're married. Anyway, they bought an unfinished house in the hills of Italy, and they are in the process of finishing off the inside, and I won't get into too many details, but she is amazing. She is very into the earth, and she likes to use yarns that are either 100% animal-based or plant-based fibers. She likes to use natural fibers, and she's just a neat person. She is very resourceful. She likes to use what she has on hand, and she just has a great personality. So check out Martina. Next up, I have a knitter obsessed, and this is Bonnie, who is actually kind of new to me. I've only been able to watch a few of her episodes, and she's actually a new podcaster as well. So she is a new knitter. She has a sweet personality about her, and it is fun to watch her make her first sweater or learn new things. So definitely follow her journey. She's a great one to watch. Next up is another very popular podcast, and it is Rachael and Jessica of Those Twins Who Knit, and they're twin sisters. They do beautiful work. They have a lovely aesthetic. They have a very clean style that I am drawn to. They also do some sewing, so they include that. Next up is Kaci from Young Folk Knits, and she is just the most precious, down-to-earth person. She is in she's in Arkansas, and she is she does a lot of different crafts. She mostly knits. It's a mostly knitting channel. She does spin. She does sewing. She and her family are beekeepers, and she goes into that some. She has the most amazing intro. One of these days, I'm going to have an intro like that. It is just amazing. If you do nothing else but watch her intro, go check her out. She's great. All right, that's Kaci. Next up, I have Sophie from Cozy Meadow Knits, and Sophie is a fairly new podcaster once again. She is just a precious person, and her thing is she wants to knit all the things. She's an obsessed knitter, and it's so funny or so fun to watch her excitement over all of the projects that she's working on or wants to work on. So definitely check out Sophie. She is in Canada. Okay. Next up, I have Stephanie. I'm pretty sure she's from Canada as well, and her channel is Edible Thoughts Makes, and she is just the cutest little thing. She does a little bit of sewing as well. She has a sweet way of showing her work. So hopefully you will check Stephanie out as well. Okay, next up is Julianne. I love Julianne. I am not a big sock knitter. I do knit socks, but it is not my number one thing. And she does a lot of sock knitting. She is a knitwear designer. She has a lot of socks. She does have garments as well, and she does knit a lot of garments, but her big thing is socks for sure. She is in Canada once again, and did I say Twin Stitches Designs? I don't think I did. Her channel name is Twin Stitches Designs. She is a mother of twin girls, and she does a lot of knitting for them as well, and they are so appreciative. They love Mama's handmade, hand knits. It's just a sweet relationship to watch. And she makes stuff for her husband as well. So that is Julianne. As soon as one of her episodes come on, I am watching it immediately. I really enjoy Julianne. Next up is somebody else that I have been watching for a long while, and that is Aleksandra, and she is fiber bound, and she is from Australia. And she recently, well, I say recently, within the past year, she made a big move. They bought land and they were building a house for a while. And so they finally got moved on into their new house. And so she wasn't posting a lot, but it looks like she's coming back to posting again. So definitely check her out. Check out her older episodes. She's great. She does a lot of sock knitting. She does garments as well. She will share, she always does Vlogmas, which is so much fun to watch. She does a lot of cooking, and she'll show yard work. Being in Australia, they are out in the yard during the Christmas months and everything. So I really love watching Aleksandra. Okay, who do I have next? Okay, this is a great one. Sarah from Sarah Lily Makes, and she is I connect with her on so many levels. She is a young mother. I mean, she has teenagers. My kids are a little bit older than hers, but she homeschools all of them. I did the same thing. I'm still doing the same thing with one of them. She actually does online school now, but she is still homeschooled. And so I really connect with her in that way. She has, most of her knits are Sandnes Garn designs, patterns. And it is, she makes beautiful things. She uses Sandnes Garn yarn a lot too, so most of her things are Sandnes Garn all the way. She does use other stuff, but 90% of the time it's Sandnes Garn. And she's very passionate about it, so highly recommend Sarah. Next up is Leslie from Leslie Friend, and she's also known as a friend to knit with. And Leslie does beautiful work, beautiful work. She does not post on a set schedule, but she posts regularly. Her podcasts are on the shorter side, so if you like those shorter podcasts, definitely check her out. She uses beautiful yarns. She has a couple of designs she's come up with, but mostly she's knitting other people's designs. She uses beautiful yarns. She's very inspirational to me. So hopefully, if you do not already watch her, you'll find her inspirational as well. Next up is Anna from Brook Willow Knits. Brook Willow Knit. Anna has a unique style that is just perfect for her. She's very inspirational to me as well. She knits, obviously, and she spins and she weaves and she sews. She shares all of those things, and she produces beautiful video content. She puts a lot of thought, time, and effort into her content, and I appreciate that. That's Anna. Next up is a good friend of mine. Her name is Lisa, Yo Yarn Girl. Hi, Lisa. I really hope you guys will check her out. She is still growing her channel, as are me and quite a few other podcasts on here as well. But Lisa is down to earth. She's just a real person, and she does Vlogmas and does a beautiful job with it. She does a little bit of sewing, but mostly knitting. Yeah, love you, Lisa. Okay. Next up is Michelle, My So-Called Handmade Life, and Michelle is not posting as regularly as she used to. I'm hoping she will come back. She is posting, but it isn't like once a month. I think that's what she used to do, was once a month or once every 3 to 5 weeks. So Michelle is really neat because she likes to have deep discussions with her followers, and so within her podcast she will discuss something that is not necessarily knitting related, and she will prompt a question and have her followers comment on their thoughts on the situation, and it's kind of a back and forth conversation, which is just so neat, because the next episode she will reply to those comments or share those comments as well, and then it just kind of keeps the conversation going and the conversations evolve. And so if you are into maybe stretching your brain just a little bit, definitely check Michelle out. She's a neat person. Okay, next up is Gabriella from Merryweather Knitting, and Gabriella is very new to me. I don't think she's new to podcasting, but she's definitely somebody I literally just recently discovered. My draw to her is she is a very happy person. She smiles a lot. I love that. I smile a lot. So I feel that connection. She's from Germany, and the reason I mention that is because I can sometimes, first of all, I have a little bit of a hearing problem, and I struggle to understand people with really distinct accents, and not even other countries. It can be Deep South or Cajun or something like that. If it is a deep accent, I struggle to understand it. You will not struggle to understand Gabriella. She is crystal clear. So I really appreciate that as well. Not that other people can help it, it's just the way they talk. But for me, I love being able to watch other podcasters from other countries and really be able to, connect with people across the world. So check out Gabriella. Next up is Rebecca Clow from Rebecca Knitting Podcast. And Rebecca is, again, she is from another country. She's Scottish. Sorry, it took me a minute. I do struggle to understand, why do I keep calling her that? I do struggle to understand Rebecca at times. She talks really fast, and so it's hard for me to decipher fast enough. It's hard for me to decipher what she's saying at the speed and what she's saying. So I have to watch little tiny bits. I need to start slowing her podcast down a little and see if that helps. But she has a precious personality, and I appreciate her as a designer. Okay, next up is Vera, Knits by Vera. She is a doll baby. I don't know where Vera is from. I'm thinking she's from another country as well, but she has a really sweet podcast too. All right, 3 left. Next up is Rebecca from Hip Knit Hooray. And I really like Rebecca because she's very soft-spoken. She has a sweet disposition about her that's just endearing. I really enjoy listening to her and watching her. So I hope you will check her out. Next to last is a new one to me, and this is Ode. She is a designer from Scotland, and her knitting channel is Baubles and Berries. And I am enjoying her designs. I'm enjoying her, sharing her designs and listening to her podcasts a lot. So definitely check out Ode. And last but not least is Mel from Strings and Things. And Mel is, I'm pretty sure she is from Canada, and her channel is more than just podcasts, a lot more than just podcasts. She doesn't do a lot of traditional podcast type videos. She likes to, she'll compare patterns and I don't know, I can't remember some of the other things that she's done off the top of my head. I do personally prefer podcasts, but I do like the fact that she does other things as well. So that is my roundup of 20 great knitting podcast channels that you should check out if you haven't seen them already. Okay. With all of that said, I would love to have you comment below, as it will help this video reach more knitters that would love to learn about some of these podcasters too. if you could leave a comment and maybe tell me which one of these podcasters you are most excited to check out. If you have one that I have not suggested here, please tag them below. I would love to check them out. If you don't know how to tag, all you do is do the @ symbol and then their YouTube channel name. And if you would do that, me and everybody else that reads the comments will be able to check out even more knitting podcast channels. If you don't want to do that, if you don't have time to do that, I understand. If you will just do as simple as leave a comment of a check mark emoji, that would be great, just to let me know you stopped by. If you are new here, just do a little hand waving emoji. I would love to know where you are watching from and join in the conversation. Again, sorry, my nose is itching and I don't even have yarn with me. If you are new here, I hope you enjoyed this video and will like it. Even if you're not new here, I hope you enjoyed this video and will like it. And then if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to get to know you. And until next time, bye.